The smartphone buzzes, a notification pops up, another news update, another social media post, another reason to feel anxious, overwhelmed, or just plain bad. This is the doom trap. We fall into it, scrolling through endless feeds of negativity, our brains hooked on the dopamine rush of each new alarming headline or distressing image. This isn't just a harmless habit. Doom scrolling is changing us, rewiring our brains, and impacting our mental health in profound ways. Doom scrolling is the act of endlessly scrolling through negative news and social media content. It's the feeling of being glued to your phone, unable to look away from the constant stream of negativity, even though it makes you feel worse. This behavior has become increasingly common in our hyper-connected world. With 24/7 access to news and information, it's easier than ever to fall into the trap of doom scrolling. The rise of doom scrolling is a perfect storm of technological advancements and societal anxieties. It's a phenomenon where people compulsively scroll through bad news on their smartphones, unable to stop even though it makes them feel worse. Smartphones and social media platforms are engineered to be addictive, keeping us hooked with notifications and endless feeds. These platforms use algorithms designed to capture our attention, often prioritizing sensational or negative content because it generates more engagement. Add to this a global pandemic, political polarization, and climate change, and you have a recipe for widespread anxiety and uncertainty. The constant stream of alarming news can make it feel like the world is perpetually in crisis, heightening our sense of dread. In times of stress, our brains crave information as a way to regain a sense of control. We think that by staying informed, we can protect ourselves from potential threats. However, this can lead to an unhealthy cycle of seeking out more and more information, even when it's detrimental to our mental health. But the constant bombardment of negative news can backfire, leaving us feeling more overwhelmed and helpless. Instead of finding solutions or comfort, we end up trapped in a loop of anxiety and despair. It's crucial to recognize this pattern and take steps to break free, such as setting boundaries for media consumption and seeking out positive or neutral content to balance the negativity. Doom scrolling triggers a cascade of stress hormones in the brain. Cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, floods the system, leading to feelings of anxiety and unease. This constant state of stress can have long-term consequences for both our mental and physical health. Moreover, the dopamine rush associated with each new notification or piece of information creates a feedback loop. We become addicted to the feeling, even if the information itself is negative, making it harder to break free from the cycle of doom scrolling. Section 5. Anxiety and stress, the mental toll. The constant exposure to negative news and information takes a toll on our mental health. Studies have shown a strong correlation between doom scrolling and increased levels of anxiety, stress, and depression. The negativity bias, our brain's natural tendency to focus on negative information, exacerbates this effect. We are wired to pay attention to threats, and doom scrolling feeds this negativity bias, making us more susceptible to anxiety and fear. Section 6. Focus and productivity, losing the battle against distraction. Doom scrolling not only impacts our mental health but also diminishes our cognitive function. The constant distractions of notifications and the urge to check for updates interrupt our focus and make it difficult to engage in deep, meaningful work. Our brains are not wired for multitasking. When we try to juggle multiple streams of information, our cognitive resources are depleted, leading to decreased productivity, reduced creativity, and a diminished capacity for learning. Section 7. Sleep disruption, tossing and turning in the digital age. The blue light emitted from our smartphones and tablets interferes with our sleep-wake cycle, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Doom scrolling before bed exacerbates this problem, keeping our minds racing with anxieties and worries. Poor sleep quality further contributes to the negative effects of doom scrolling, leading to increased stress, impaired cognitive function, and a weakened immune system. It's a vicious cycle that can be difficult to break. Section 8. The illusion of control and the fear of missing out. Why do we doom scroll despite its negative effects? It's a question that many of us have pondered, especially in the quiet moments of the night when we find ourselves endlessly scrolling through our feeds. Part of the answer lies in the illusion of control. We often believe that by consuming more information, we can somehow manage the chaos around us. In a world filled with uncertainty, we crave information, hoping that by staying informed, we can make better decisions and protect ourselves from unforeseen events. This constant need for information creates a cycle where we are always on the lookout for the latest updates, thinking that the next piece of news might be the one that changes everything. We hope that by staying informed, we can somehow gain control over our circumstances, even if that control is just an illusion. Furthermore, the fear of missing out, or FOMO, plays a significant role. This fear is deeply rooted in our psychology and is amplified by the design of social media platforms. Social media platforms are designed to create a sense of urgency and importance, making us feel like we need to be constantly connected to stay in the loop. This design taps into our fear of missing out on important events, updates, or social interactions, driving us to check our phones repeatedly throughout the day. We feel the need to stay in the loop, to be part of the conversation, and to not miss out on what others are experiencing. This fear of missing out drives us to scroll endlessly, even when we know it's not good for us. We sacrifice our sleep, our peace of mind, and sometimes even our relationships, all in the name of staying connected. The illusion of control and the fear of missing out are powerful forces that keep us tethered to our devices. Recognizing these forces is the first step towards breaking free from their grip and reclaiming our time and attention. Section 9. Breaking free strategies for mindful social media use. Breaking free from the doom-scrolling cycle requires conscious effort and a commitment to mindful social media use. By implementing practical strategies, we can regain control over our digital habits and protect our mental well-being. Start by setting boundaries. Designate specific times for checking news and social media and stick to those limits. Turn off notifications to reduce distractions and resist the urge to constantly check your phone. Section 10. Cultivating digital wellness. Finding balance in a hyper-connected world. Cultivating digital wellness involves making conscious choices about how we interact with technology. It's about finding a healthy balance between the benefits of the digital world and the importance of our mental and emotional well-being. Embrace digital minimalism. Identify the essential digital tools that add value to your life and minimize or eliminate the rest. Declutter your social media feeds, unfollow accounts that trigger negativity, and prioritize real-life connections over virtual interactions. Section 11. Conclusion: reclaiming your time and attention. In today's fast-paced world, our time and attention are constantly under siege. Doom scrolling is a modern-day affliction, a habit that many of us have fallen into without even realizing it. It's a symptom of our hyper-connected world, where information is always at our fingertips, and the urge to stay updated can be overwhelming. But it's not an insurmountable problem. We have the power to change our habits and reclaim our focus. By understanding the psychological mechanisms at play and implementing practical strategies, we can take control of our digital lives. We can break free from the cycle of negativity and distraction that often accompanies constant connectivity. Reclaiming our time and attention allows us to engage more deeply with the activities and people that truly matter to us. Remember, our minds are precious. They deserve to be nurtured and protected from the relentless demands of the digital world. Let's not allow them to be consumed by the endless scroll of negativity. Instead, let's choose to be mindful about how we spend our time online. Choose to engage with the world in a way that nourishes your mind and spirit, whether it's through creative pursuits, physical activities, or meaningful conversations. Prioritize your mental health in the digital age by setting boundaries, seeking support when needed, and making conscious choices about your digital consumption. Your well-being is worth it.